situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for the carnival if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What? You want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
We're getting ready for the second match of this doubleheader at the Arima Velodrome from the Ascension tournament. Defense Force, the second team on the Ascension tournament standings on 20 points. They will meet the 8th team on the standings, Real Westfort, who are on 7 points. Both teams with a couple changes. Couple of them forced, couple of them made to refresh the teams, so to speak. And let's first hear from the teams in the pre-match interviews. Real Westford, assistant coach, Gordon. Tell me about any changes you have in your team this afternoon.
Yeah, well, today we are going young. You know, we without Kieran Ballpes Cummins, the captain. He has been replaced for more reason than one. And we're going to go with a team that is pretty young. So we're going to go, you're going to see for the first time Kareem Blake Williams. He's going to be starting on top. In the midfield, you're going to see Jamila Antwine as well starring in the midfield. Caleb Keeve also gets into the midfield. So it's going to be a lot of changes. We're going to go with a young team to match Yami with legs.
What's he thinking about playing with a young team especially going into the next round?
Well, we have seen so far we've played 8 games and the results haven't gone our way. We've seen that the older legs have not given us what we have desired thus far, and also the attitude of the camp. We decided that we're going to look as a new team, look towards youth and towards legs. Today we're going to meet the Defense Force coming on a high, and they're going to be coming at us. And we decided that we're going to match them with legs and be able to stay in the game and get a result, hopefully.
So other than fitness, how do you plan to match the Defense Force this afternoon?
Well, it's all about tactics. You know, football is about tactics, and it's about we're going to be matching the Defense Force not only skill for skill, but also tactically. You know, we have seen what they have been doing on the wings, and we're going to be covering up our defense and looking to strike them on the counter.
Thank you very much, Assistant Coach for Real Westfort, Gordon Pay. Here with Defense Force trainer Sion Kane. Mr. Kane, can you tell me how you've prepared the team this week?
We have done a lot of preparation. As we're not going to take any team for granted. We continue to work hard at the guys' fitness, as you can see. So, I mean, we take it one game at a time, and we work hard to prepare for the next game.
A younger Westfort team this week to contend with. How do you feel about that?
Young, but might be an experience with the type of guys we have playing with us. I think we have a lot of experience on our team. Younger, though, is not the issue much because we have the fitness to match. So I think our experienced guys is going to do the job for us.
And how do you feel about your team's chances of overtaking the people at the top of the league?
I'm not going to get over the top. We just want to take it one step at a time, and we will continue to play good football and let that be let that speak for us.
Defense Force trainer Sion Kane, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
play in the midfield. Jules Lee should join him. Darius Oliveira, Justin Garcia, Jamil Cooper and Kevin Goddard round out the Defence Force team. Both squads doing their final stretches as the captains meet with the referees. Of course, the referees for this match: Timothy Derry holds the whistle. Kieran Myers is AR1. Odile Brewster is AR2. So there we have the three men in the middle getting ready to get started this match. It means more to Westford, you'll feel, but with the title just within reach, or the top of the league just within reach, this Defence Force team would not care about how Westford feels about it. They are expected to come out with their usual fervor, expecting a younger but faster Westford team, hoping to counteract this Army side that has shown they have what it takes to go to the top. As we get ready for kickoff, Jamil Boatswain will get us started. And we're off. Second match here at the Arima Velodrome. Defence Force looking for all three to get up there, meet those Lahokota Rangers, where the air is rare at the top of this 10-team table. Westford have the points, but they need to improve. Certainly more than the teams under them. Moruga FC showing good moxie in the first match, but unable to get themselves started. This is an early Defence Force free kick. Bit of miscommunication there between Poon Lewis and his left back. This ball is claimed by Boatswain. Captain Gonzalez takes over from him. Felix is also in attendance. Will be Felix. This ball goes to the first post, is well cleared by Westford, but only as far as the defence was played. It's juggled here by Sam. Westford eventually get it straight up the pitch and earn themselves a foul. Of gamesmanship keeping them delayed. This ball will go all the way over to Sam. Claims it for Defence Force. A bit deeper than we've seen him this season.
So while
Real Westford certainly has rung some changes. It seems as though the defense force has also taken the opportunity to rejig themselves a bit. And they have the early throw-in. Jelani Felix picks out Brent Sam, but he can't control it. And it's with the Westford team on this potential counter-attack. The man bearing a striking resemblance to Alain Saint-Maximin, the Newcastle forward. Giving chase there was Kareem Blake Williams before it ran out of play. Here's Jelani Felix, gets it forward to Sam. Sam was trying to play a quick 1-2. Said gives it back to Real Westford. They move inside now. They themselves return possession to the defense force. This is a long chase on for Darius Oliveira. Couldn't reel it in. And so it's a throw-in. Rather a goal kick to the defense force. To Real Westford. I stand corrected, and Jack Poon Lewis will oversee the responsibility. Asking for the ball to be played out there, the Real Westford team. The man down is Kareem Blake Williams. He's back on his feet now. Seemed to have just either landed badly or maybe his toes were trod upon as he went into that challenge near the half line. Seems to be okay now, and Real Westford have it with Jamal Burke. Caleb Kiel now sets this one away to invite Kishon Murphy. Good work on the defensive turn there was coming from Jules Lee. It's all the way back to the defense force captain, Curtis Gonzalez. And then to his goalkeeper, Christopher Biggett. Real Westford get it back. This is Josiah Joseph, but Jelani Felix is a tough customer. He's stripped of it here, though, and Joseph cuts this one back towards the top of the area. Murphy gets it across to Gibson. Still trying to make some space. For Brendan Creed tried to join the attack from a left-back position. Real Westford still have it now. This is Creed. This is a good sight at goal for him. He looked suspiciously uncomfortable as that ball came onto him and contoured himself into a really awkward position to get off the right-footed attempt at goal. In the end, not troubling Christopher Biggett and allowing the defense force to come forward via the goal kick now. It's with Justin Garcia. Kevin Goddard continues to patrol just in front of his defenders. Good turn by Brent Sam, trying to play this one in towards his forward partner Boatswain before Justin Sadu steps in. Boatswain on the chest, over Jack Poon Lewis, and ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful goal, crafted almost out of nothing. Really and truly, it was just Sadu trying to prod a pass. It was deflected back onto the chest of Boatswain.
And he pivoted before slapping a volley over the top of Jack Poon Lewis in the Real Westfort United goal.
It's time for a selfie. Boatswain may want one after this.
Gem of a goal, as we see again. The ball just deflected by Creed onto Boatswain. He took one touch to bring it down on his chest, and the other sent it looping past Poon Lewis to give the Defence Force a 1-0 lead here at the Arima Velodrome. So the Defence Force, knowing that they need a win in this game to continue to stay on the heels of Terminix Lockiter Rangers, with a bright start early on, goal by Jamil Boatswain. And that also certainly keeps him among the upper echelons of the goal scorers in this Ascension tournament.
Yeah, that Boatswain-Sam tandem accounting for most of Defence Force's goals. Of course, no sight of Rion Moore. So they'll have to carry the goal-scoring exploits for their team, and here they come again.
Sam lines up across. This is a good ball in. It flashes past Boatswain. Kept alive by Oliveira, and Sadu draws a fantastic save out of Poon Lewis. It rouses the Real Westfort supporters as Poon Lewis, and somehow he seems disappointed almost that he was able to keep that one out of the back of the net.
Yeah, great reflex save there. He was a bit blinded by his defender. Came up with the goods. Poon Lewis.
Here's Felix with the corner. Sam, it's still alive, but the referee had spotted an infringement, Timothy Derry, on that occasion. And he points in the other direction, meaning it's a Real Westfort United free kick. Poon Lewis gets it out to Creed. Gibson now, he's brought down by Goddard. Referee Derry just asking the Defence Force number 66 to temper his tackles. This is Creed now, gets this one inside to Caleb Kiel, he loses out to Oliveira. Boatswain is in an offside position. So Real Westfort United backs against the wall early on in this one, as the Defence Force try to get themselves better footing. This is Creed, shogs off one, and Goddard dives in. The Defence Force bench almost as if to start a Mexican wave, they spring off their seats in protest at that decision by referee Derry, but his decision is final. Now Westfort United try to pin the Defence Force into their own half of the pitch.
There we see Boatswain. He's come up with a beauty to get us started in this match. Just about 12 minutes played. Defence Force already lead. So far, the youth of Westfort not being able to contend with men in yellow and blue. But there is a lot of football still to be played in this match. It's a meaty challenge there from Boatswain, who will concede a free kick. showing his willingness to throw his weight around. That time to unsettle Cornel Thomas. Will take this free kick.
So in this refreshed Westford lineup, they'll certainly look towards players like Rondell Gibson, Creed as well, who's wearing the captain's armband today. Good take here now. This is Josiah Joseph. Gets it to Jamal Burke, who's trying to lift one over the top, but Curtis Gonzalez, the defense force skipper, is present to clear it away.
Both benches looking on pensively at this match. Little more relaxed. These supporters, little too relaxed.
I'm not sure if you can call that one evasive action. A player, spectator, doing his best to remain anonymous. Good work there by Kiel. Frees up some space here for Real Westford. Gibson has it now. On the outside of him is Creed. He gets his head onto it now and just is unable to break kindly for Kareem Blake Williams up top. The lone front man for Real Westford United today. Kishon Murphy. Good skill by him. Plays this one into the feet of Joseph. Blake Williams now. Will he get a bite at the second ball? He does. Murphy is there still. Trying to go the other way. They're asking for a handball. Referee Derry uninterested as Boat Swain hunts down the loose ball.
So as we heard before the match, changes meant to put some hunger in this Westford lineup. Start a fire under this team as we see Defence Force assistant Hudson Charles is making his first step forward on the touchline. The professor certainly hoping that his new students can come up with the goods this evening. Poon Lewis on that occasion alive to the danger posed by Jameel Cooper.
To start that playoff, that was really strong work there by Darius Oliveira. Holding the ball up and then turning his man nicely. Speaking of nicely, that certainly describes the audience here at the Arima Velodrome. As a wide array of spectators gather, both in support of the earlier two teams as well as these two.
Yeah, good cross-section of football fans at this Ascension tournament Saturday doubleheader. There we see two players getting crossed up there. It will be a Defence Force free kick. Quickly taken by Lee.
And Hudson Baba Charles, former Trinidad and Tobago international, former Defence Force midfielder himself, as well as a Trinidad and Tobago co-head coach, assistant coach. So a man who's made his way around the park as far as the sport goes. Today he's in charge of the Defence Force, trying to ensure that they keep a pace with Terminix Lahokita Rangers at the very summit of this Ascension tournament. So far so good for them. This is Brent Sam trying to get a cross over. Cornel Thomas is there to block it away.
Yeah, certainly assistant coach Charles charged with passing on the words of head coach Lloyd Andrews, who's often taking a kind of overwatch of the Defence Force matches, observing from afar and passing on his instructions. Got a good arrangement, it works for them. They are, of course, second in the league. With all the changes, here's the Westford number 1, Jacques Poon Lewis.
Good desire there shown by Murphy. But it's the Defence Force coming away. This is Cooper. On the outside of him is Sam, who switched over to this near side. Can't find the right ball for the second opportunity in a row. His attempted pass across goal is cut out by Cornel Thomas. Christopher Biggett now with it. Man wearing the gloves for the Defence Force. The younger brother of another famed Trinidad and Tobago goalkeeper, Cleon John. Who for years kept goal for teams such as San Juan Jablote, St. Anne's Rangers, and others. Once again, it's a family thing, certainly, in local football. Brief stoppage in play as Jamal Burke secures his cleats ahead of a throw-in for Real Westford. As you see on the far side, the crowd not exactly matching what's taking place on this near side or the northern side of this Arima Velodrome, but certainly has the potential to grow as word spreads around Arima and environs that the Defence Force holds a 1-0 lead over Real Westford United in game 2 of today's doubleheader in the Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. That goal scored in the 7th minute by Jamil Boatswain, and certainly a delightful goal indeed. Can't wait to see the replays of that one.
I'm sure Boatswain would love to see that as well. A couple times this weekend.
Good work here by Oliveira again, and it could have gone anywhere as Caleb Kiel got in the defensive work. And the Defence Force worked so very hard to win back possession, as they always do. This is a good ball to Josiah Joseph. Good take as well. Here's Kishon Murphy. Tries to buy himself some time. Unable to do so before the ball went out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for the Defence Force. The professor is not a happy man at all as he tries to urge his team on from the sidelines. But I'll tell you what, anyone could have told you that tonight's matchup was going to be a very difficult encounter for Real Westford, as we saw there. Cooper skinning his man.
Certainly starting some testy exchanges at the start here. No one wants to make it on the highlight reel.
I'm afraid some of them already have, Jovan. Knowingly or not. Good take there by Gibson to set Real Westford United forward. This is Joseph, gets it into Blake Williams, who can't keep it in touch. Not sure if you could spot there on that far side the bucket-toting fixture of local football, the Drinksman. He'll make a long trot around the cycling track in search of Sales. Another man in search of something is Sam. Can't pick out Boatswain on that attempt.
Certainly Bigot would want some refreshment behind that defense force goal.
He's not had much to do, Bigot, and I hope that it's not the same for the Drinksman. I hope he's had an abundance of sales at this venue here tonight.
Making his way across very energetically, very determined figure. 2 buckets, pumping his way across the pitch, across this velodrome.
Fancy a drink, Jovan?
Come on now.
Of course, we'll be sure to temper our arguments, so to speak. Meanwhile, this is the defense force coming forward. Jules Lee finds Sam on this near side. Continues his run. Leaves his man swiping at air. Can't polish it off with a pass to a defense force shirt. Speaking of polished, Justin Sadu.
Yeah, real quality football there from the defense force creative midfielder. He's had a very good tournament so far. One of the puppeteers for this defense force team.
Sam certainly has been working on Creed along this near touchline. Just a few moments ago, he left his man for dead. This time, as he put up the big screen, Creed was determined to get around it, couldn't.
Man or the ball.
Certainly not both. The old school way. This is a good shot coming in from Kevin Goddard from distance. Poon Lewis equal to it. But he just thought about keeping the Real Westford United goalkeeper honest. Kevin Goddard, another Trinidad and Tobago international in this defense force lineup. Not renowned for his goal scoring or even shooting from distance. But on that occasion, certainly asking himself, why not?
And he does his primary function so well, jetting across this defense force midfield, cleaning up, patching up.
Sam really looking to work on Creed. Creed just having the final say that time.
One of those may need some patching up at the end of this contest.
Perhaps even both. They know each other well from secondary schools football, though. Brent Sam, from his days with San Juan North, more popularly known as Book, and of course Creed, once upon a time the Fatima College captain. So things just gradually striking up here at the Arima Velodrome. Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Defence Force 1, Real Westfort United 0. A goal scored in the 7th minute by Jamil Boatswain. Defence Force looking for more. This is Cooper. Thinks about the shot. Decides against it. Oliveira has a crack. And it just rolls into the arms of Poon Lewis, who dishes it out now to Jamal Burke. Gets it back and thumps it forward. And out of touch.
Defence Force dominating possession so far. Westfort being made to pick up the scraps. That man Goddard, very much a big part of it. Justin Sadu as well. Cooper, that midfield trio. Hoarding the possession for this Defence Force team.
He's leaping this one up to Boatswain. It's with Cornel Thomas now. Once more. Goddard with the mop-up operations for the Defence Force before Sadu is dragged to the ground just over the half line. Free kick to the Defence Force. So to go along with the drink, you may fancy a bag of salt or fresh, or cashews, as one popular local nuts vendor terms it.
This man is focused on some more sustenance. His team needs points if they are to survive.
Forget about salt or fresh. Oh, good skill there by Kiel for a lunging tackle. Jules Lee feels the brunt of it. He's back on his feet though, out of shot. Just in your picture now. Furthest left in yellow. Real Westfort again. This is Kiel. Can't direct his pass accurately enough to pick out Murphy on this near side. Excellent hold-up play again by Boatswain. Before Sadu uncharacteristically gives that one away. This is Jamil Antoine now to Gibson. Josiah Joseph. Crowded out by Goddard, Sadu and company. It's Sadu coming away with it now. Plays this one on the outside of Oliveira. And out of touch.
Yes, so certainly more scrappy from Westfort. They gave away possession a little too easily in the matches that they've been second best in. Yet to see some real end product from them. Hold that thought.
Trying to win it high up the field, certainly, and almost did so. For Gibson is charged guilty of impeding the progress of Cooper for the defense force. That's Jamil Cooper. Certainly not in agreement was Charles, assistant coach. Early cross comes in, but Swain was trying to find his feet. Couldn't. Goal kick, West Fort. Caleb Kiel picks it up, gets it into Murphy, who's trying to hound it down, can't. The ball just bubbles around the midfield, the center circle area before the defense force get it into the feet of Sam, trying to play Sadu in, unable to do so. So approaching 35 minutes played. Just a smidge over 10 minutes left in this first period. The defense force leading 1-0. Here come Real Westford. This is Gibson, tripped up by Oliveira. Taken quickly. It's out wide now with Creed. He's playing a ball flat across the top of the 18-yard area, but there's Curtis Gonzalez. He sent Sam away. He's pushing past Thomas. Checks back on Kiel rather. Finds Sadu approaching. And that shot leaves a lot to be desired by the usually silky smooth Justin Sadu.
Yeah, Sadu just getting under that one. Not going the way he wanted. Looked to be a speculative effort. Boatswain just asking him to maybe consider his efforts a little more.
Or perhaps to buy his DVD. Goal scoring made simple.
Certainly some good highlights there. Jamil Boatswain, about 9 goals this season. Right there in the top 3 of goal scorers in this Ascension tournament.
Creed there winning the latest battle with Brent Sam rather, brother of Hector Sam. They come forward now with Boatswain trying to hook this one over the top, but he'd come back from an offside position. The referee Derry was alerted to it by his near side assistant referee Kieran Miles. And that was Gibson. Loses out to Sadu, but he's still chasing after it. Before Cooper steps in and releases Oliveira. This is a good ball. He has 2 ahead, including Boatswain and Sam. Gets it now to Boatswain. Good take. He has Sam on the outside. Gets it now, Sam. And his low shot almost ran into the path of Oliveira on that far post. Didn't look intentional, but certainly Oliveira would have taken it if he could.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting to see the ball just go bouncing past him. It's a good approach. Ball eventually coming to Boatswain. Spotted Sam. This looked like a shot to me, but it also looked like a shot, more importantly, to Oliveira.
I think Sam's first touch let him down there, took him marginally away from goal, forcing him to stretch for the shot. But again, here comes the defense force. This is Oliveira trying to just toe poke that one past Poon Lewis, who gathers, dishes out to Gibson. An expansive attempt, trying to set Murphy on the gallop on that far side. He's gone over there now, Murphy, and switched position with Josiah Joseph, who's come to this near side.
A little more communication needed between these creative midfielders and the men on the forward line for Westford. Certainly good ideas, just the execution letting them down. As we approach 40 minutes played in the second match of a doubleheader at the Arima Velodrome. Here's Lee again battling. It's Goddard sending it to safety.
So the assumption is that the Westford team has gone with younger, fitter players to try to match the Army stride for stride. How has that ploy worked out for them in your opinion, Jovan? As we see Boatswain trying to fashion another chance. Cooper was arriving, Sam was there as well, all bowing their heads in disappointment that the pass never arrived, but Boatswain had other ideas. Shooting directly at Poon Lewis though in the Real Westford goal.
Back to your question, Jassy, I think the energy is good for Westford. Like in the Muruga match, we've seen a different approach to the way that they defend. But they have certainly to bridge the gap in quality. And certainly they have a lot of quality to chase right now. That first goal from Boatswain putting down a marker in this match. The likes of Goddard, Sadu, Lee and Cooper doing their best as well in the midfield to take care of the ball and construct this play for Defence Force. So a little more focus needed from these young Westford combatants. As Defence Force come again. Here's Boatswain and he's offside. Again, another well-constructed move, Jassy.
Yeah, certainly, and good run by Boatswain, trying to go through those channels. Unfortunately, he didn't time it to perfection. But certainly an indication of what this Defence Force team is capable of when they move forward. Defensively, they've been very solid as well. They'll have some defending to do here as Murphy gets onto this forward pass. He's asking for a handball. Blake Williams arrives now, and this is Murphy again. Gibson, a bit too intricate that time. And perhaps something a little bit more simplistic might have sufficed. Here's Oliveira now, shrugged off of it by Jamal Burke. Gets it back to Poon Lewis. That's really composed stuff there by Justin Garcia, Trinidad and Tobago international. Here's Sam now, but he's drifted offside as well. Much to the relief of Brendan Creed, who I venture to say has seen enough of Brent Sam in this first half.
Yeah, I think they'll be a bit sick of each other as this match continues to wear on. And with good reason.
Interestingly enough, I seem to recall that Creed has had the only shot for Real Westford in the opening, approaching 43 minutes of this match, off target. Didn't ask Christopher Biggett to save. So while they've been pretty sturdy defensively, this Real Westford team, and I say that with a pinch of salt because they do trail 1-0 and the defense force certainly has had its chances, but I think Westford would want to perhaps be a bit more adventurous come the second half if they do manage to go in trailing 1-0. They can come forward now. Here it's 2-on-3 after Josiah Joseph picked his man, and he's going for a ambitious is putting it kindly, an ambitious attempt that's blocked off, and really and truly they should have been looking to be a bit more decisive on that approach.
Yeah, certainly, as you said before, a little more conservative in their play, a lot more patient.
This is a good looking ball by Curtis Gonzalez. Oliveira had snuck through, and maybe he couldn't even believe it, but unable to put his shot on target that time as he rubs his head in disbelief.
So here we were speaking about patience on one end and a bit of route one stuff there from the defense force, showing that sometimes you need to switch it up. Westford will do well to take note.
Here comes Jelani Felix. He's gone on a mazy solo run and just tries to find the final ball towards Sam. He gets it now, Sam, and maybe a pass too many that time, but it was an unchallenged run by Jelani Felix out of defense that made it all happen. Sam with the final shot, though, not doing justice to the work of the defense force left back.
Yeah, it's good for teamwork when you see players being so unselfish in those kind of areas, but not so good for the tally, as we see 2 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half. Just about a minute and a half remaining. Did that one count, Jassy?
It counted. It certainly did. Josiah Joseph. He's been a bright spark for Real Westford. Started out on the right before switching over to this left side for a brief bit. He's back on that right side now. Could be a bit more responsible in his decision making. As we see Boatswain being punished for a handball as he tried to pick it off of Cornel Thomas, and once again just unable to make something out of the free kick was Real Westford. They come forward again, though. This is Murphy. Good hold up. Pushes it back to Kiel. Ahead of him is Creed as well as Blake Williams. But he's going to have to work harder to win it off of Defense Force captain Curtis Gonzalez.
Wins himself a corner.
That'll do. Just seconds left. Referee Derry takes stock. Gibson would have to hurry this one over. There was Sam to flick it away and get it away from the danger zone to end this first half in game 2 of a doubleheader here at the Arima Velodrome in the Ascension tournament. At halftime, it's the Defense Force 1, Real Westford United 0, in a first half that really didn't live up to expectations. But by the Defense Force's standards, they'd be happy to go in with a lead. And it's all to play for in the second period here from the Arima Velodrome.
Yeah, for the Dominance Defense Force just leading 1-0 as we look at how this first half unfolded. Good performance so far from this Army Coast Guard combined unit.
This was Real Westport United with the first attempt. Brendan Creed there couldn't get his shot on target before we saw what Jamil Botswain, or rather we were reminded of what he can do on short notice at that. A really great goal scored there by the defense force, number 9, paying salute to those in the stands. They continue to have chances and could have gone 2-0 up, but for a blinding save there by Jack Poon Lewis in goal for Real Westport United. Sam continued to be on the prowl, trying to get his players involved. This was Sadu. He couldn't pick out the top corner as he was aiming for. And then Botswain with another opportunity, passing it off to Sam. And that one just flashed across goal, with Oliveira arriving just a bit too late. The defense force continued to look for opportunities. This was Botswain again. Did well to make room, but couldn't trouble Poon Lewis too much. And he'd beaten the offside trap. Left Cornel Thomas for dead. But couldn't place the shot past Poon Lewis. He did get the ball into the back of the net here. As we look at it in slow motion, it looked pretty tight. But assistant referee Kieran Myers had already lifted his flag for offside. I'll tell you what wasn't offside. This chance to Oliveira. Couldn't put it on target, however, but the chances continued to come for the defense force. That time Sam, all alone, perhaps didn't realize it and tried to square it across. Eventually it ran out for a Real Westport United goal kick, which sees it at halftime. The defense force won the leaders over the boys from the Northwestern Peninsula. It's halftime in the Ascension tournament, game 2 here at the Arima Velodrome. We'll be back in short order to take you through the second half.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't pay God, at least they will pay terminate.
Have you considered how your methods can impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Rochland and son come here for Carnival, if you'll interview me.
But how can you defend one shot, one kill?
What, you want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
Oh, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
It's here at a newsstand near you. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win $1,000 instantly when you purchase the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. It's quick and easy for your chance to win. A unique number will be printed at the back of each Guardian newspaper daily. Purchase your Guardian newspaper, then join JW for the daily Guardian Lucky Number Draw, the winning number on just before the nightly news on CNC3. If the number drawn matches the unique number at the back of your Guardian newspaper, then $1,000 is yours. Just bring the winning Guardian newspaper and a picture ID to Guardian Media Limited. You have until 3 p.m. the following workday to claim your prize. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win. NLCB approved.
Are you at home, feeling isolated? Don't worry, we will bring the world to you. The nation's first and leading newspaper, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, is extending a special home delivery for 30 days for just $99. Yes, for just $99, you can get the TNT Guardian newspaper, the fastest growing and most read newspaper, most credible and highest reader value, and voted tops for best publication by more readers than any other newspaper, delivered to your home. It's easy to subscribe to our home delivery. Simply call us now at 225-4465 extension 4274 and speak to one of our customer service representatives, and we will bring the world to you.
We are the fourth estate. We educate, we inform, and we hold those in authority, politicians, business leaders, and others, to account.
Connecting the public to the truth drives our purpose here at CNC3. When we stand behind a desk every single night, a lot of people don't know that we're a huge part of the news process. We eat, breathe, and sleep news. And that reflects in everything that we do as a news team.
Every day we tell the stories of people's journey through life. Stories of their success, stories of their sadness, stories of their grief, stories of their glory. We're the mirror in which society looks at itself.
When a storm is coming, everyone always thinks worst case scenario, and sometimes it may just be a brief shower or two. It's not always going to be a green veil level event. So it's important to have the most credible and accurate information coming from a verified source.
Welcome, you're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Help us tell your stories.
We all see the negatives happening here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Let us begin the conversation
with inspiring content.
Targeting change.
Inspire TT. Be the change.
The Digital Guardian launches this all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app. This all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app gives you live news on the go. Now get real-time news faster with notifications free of charge to keep you informed on breaking stories. Customize your news feed with only articles you are interested in for easier, comfortable reading and with same convenient access to the digital paper. Visit the iOS App Store and Google Play Store to download or update the Digital Guardian app, the most credible news in TNT. Already have an account? Simply tap on the resource subscription button in settings to sign in. It's a free update.
Make sure you have yourself a great invest week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world.
Get the nation's leading newspaper on the go by downloading the Digital Guardian app on your iOS or Android devices now and enjoy our special introductory subscription offer now on. The nation's first and best digital paper in an easy-to-read digital format. The Digital Guardian, Trinidad and Tobago's fastest growing, most subscribed and most read digital paper. Stay on top with the market leader and don't miss a beat in today's fast-paced world. Go to Apple Store or Google Play and download now.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy your treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for carnival, if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What, you want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
It's here at a newsstand near you.
We're back in the room for the second match of this doubleheader between Defence Force and Real West Fort. Score is 1-0 at halftime. A beauty scored by Jamil Boatswain in only the 7th minute of this match. Real West Fort holding on until the end of the first 45 to still have one foot in this game. Defence Force will want to take full advantage of their domination of possession, keep Baguette board in their goal. No indications just yet of any substitutions from either side. A lot of football still to play. The decisive 45 in this match. Westfort's young ambassadors this week surely showing that they may be up to the task. Bench looking very relaxed. The professor continues to be pensive just on the border. Final instructions just going out to the team. See Blake Williams, the white headband, stepping up to take the touch. So we look at the Grand Arima General Hospital in the background as the second half gets started. Defense force are attacking the eastern goal. Westfort are attacking the goal west.
Here they come again. This is Cooper. 2 in attendance. He makes a beeline and is brought down by Burke. So it's going to be an early free kick in this second half for the defense force. Referee Derry marks the spot. Felix spots the ball. Four defense force players towards the back post, and Boatswain just about the middle. He gets it delivered onto his head, but he can't direct it on target.
Sharp chance there for Boatswain. Unable to find the target. Add to his tally this evening. Still disappointed, such as the high standard he holds himself to.
It's his goal that separates the two teams. Scored in the 7th minute. A quality strike by Jamil Boatswain, and on its merit certainly deserves to be a winner here tonight, but I can assure you the defense force will want more. Sadu. Well defended there by combination of Kiel and Murphy. Throw into the defense force. This is Curtis Gonzalez. Clips one up towards Boatswain. Good challenge there by Thomas, and Josiah Joseph brings it away for Real Westfort. Plays it into Murphy rather. He just can't get it back to Joseph as he was making a move on that left side. Bigot rolls this one to Justin Garcia. Goddard shows for it. Garcia has Gonzalez in support. Good hold up there by Oliveira. Good ball over the top. This is Sadu. On the overlap, here comes Oliveira, but it's cleared away by Malik Kwao of Real Westfort. Another throw-in for the defense force. Cross comes in. Thomas was stretching a bit, but does enough to keep it away from goal and concedes instead a corner kick to the defense force.
Good decision. Brent Sam was just looming behind him. Want to maintain their concentration. Westford. It's been their downfall this tournament so far. Sadu will take this corner.
Barad holds possession nicely. It's back with Gonzalez. Sadu gets it now. Not the greatest of first touches. Over comes Kiel to make the clearance. So 5 minutes already played in the second half. The defense force trying to extend their 1-0 advantage. We have it along the right side now with Oliveira. Good ball into Cooper, trying to slip Botswain in. The pass was just a bit behind him. The defense force have to try again. This is now Cooper. Hustled out of possession. Gibson plays this one now into Blake Williams. We haven't seen too much of him. He hasn't had very much service to bite on. Here they come now. This is Josiah Joseph. Creed in support. Lets it run. Dances over it. Plays a good ball into Murphy. And this is a good looking cross towards Blake Williams. Murphy's back in there. Does well. Goes over. No penalty. Gibson with the shot. Blocked. Defense force bring it away now on that far side. Oliveira. Good work defensively by Kiel. Here comes Kwao. Murphy had adjudged himself offside. Didn't bother showing any interest in the ball in behind, and now the defense force bring it forward. Gonzalez. To his left is Garcia, and further to his left, Felix, who gets it now. Felix goes off on a run. Shuffles it into Goddard. This is a good ball out to Oliveira. Holds on to possession nicely, and he's driving now at the Westford defense. Might go down, he doesn't. He's still in possession. Oliveira brings it onto his left. I just can't keep it down with the goal begging in front of him. Poon Lewis looked beaten all ends up.
Now Sam and Botswain both shaking their heads, but can't grudge him this. Oliveira did all the hard work. He's looking for that top corner. That V, as it's called, Poon Lewis's goal, would have been one of the goals of the tournament had it gone in.
Right up there alongside Botswain's earlier item, which opened scoring. They'll still have to find another way. So we see contrasting images there of the two men in charge of either team. The animated Ron Laforet, the professor, and the much more subdued figure of Hudson Charles on the defense force touchline. Here come the defense force again. This ball is played in towards Botswain. He can't hold on, but it's with Sadu now. Goddard shuffles it back to Gonzalez and then gets in the way of his skipper. Gibson just maneuvers his way out of trouble. Kiel now goes down. Tripped by Sadu. They played quickly. It's with Creed now. Two ahead of him, including Gibson, who gets it now. Further out wide is Joseph. He'll have a shot. And that one is out of play. Meanwhile, Kiel remains down near the center circle.
Yeah, a bit worse for Ware Kiel. He did well to battle back possession for his team. He's paid with it. Paid for it. A bit of a knock. His right leg.
Being attended to now is the Real Westford defensive midfielder. He's done a pretty okay job just protecting the defense. Most of them would be in agreement.
Will get us restarted.
So 10 minutes gone in the second half. The defense force still holding a slim 1-0 advantage. Real Westford would feel as though they could claw themselves back at any moment now. Sam works on Burke on this near side, and Thomas again present before Burke chooses safety. Sam shows for it. Gets it back to Felix, who will swing across in, but Swain seems to have struck the arm. Spotted immediately by referee Timothy Derry. But Swain still continuing to look threatening in and around the Real Westford penalty area.
Like you rightly said earlier, they won't be satisfied with this 1-0 lead. They've cleared the bench. Everyone has been sent to warm up. So expect some changes.
Led by trainer Kane.
Sion Kane did say that they would be prepared for whatever Westford would throw at them, young team or not. So far they've shown themselves more than capable.
Here's Sam though, gets by 2. Can't get by a third. Jamil Antoine doing the defending there. Sam gets it back to Cooper. Tried to be cheeky. Saw off by the Westford defense. Felix now. But Swain is there, takes it nicely, holds his cool, and places this one comfortably past a sprawling Poon Lewis to make it 2-0 to the defense force in the 58th minute.
Yeah, Jamil Boatswain showing another great two-touch finish. Very deft one to control. And an equally deft one to score his second.
Hints of a handball we'll see here. Not conclusive from that angle. Maybe this one might offer something better, and it doesn't seem that way. And just behind that goal, his teammates in the warm-up were delighted to see that one go in for Jamil Boatswain's second of the night. The defense force's second as well, and they lead Real Westford United 2-0, just approaching 1 hour played. So they had it coming, Real Westport United. But Swain certainly had it coming. He had more than a few good chances in the first half as well as in the second. And able to make good on that occasion to put his team into the ascendancy, and they are coming again. This is Oliveira, good strength, good skill as well. Cooper shifts it out to Sam. Sam will have a crack. He saw the goal looming large in front of him. Tried to give Poon Lewis the eyes, but unable to put his shot on target. Brent Sam.
Yeah, good opportunity for Sam to find his way onto the score sheet. More good work from Oliveira. Shot is high of Poon Lewis's crossbar. Possible replacements going through their paces at the back of the defense force goal, of the Westford goal, apologies. Front row seat to that Jamil Boatswain second goal.
So while the defense force replacements or potential replacements warm up, you see Real Westport assistant coach Gordon Pear perhaps thinking about some adjustments himself. Not just yet. Maybe they can fashion something here. This is Gibson. Kiel gets it out to Creed. Dances his way out of trouble. Gibson again, trying to be inventive. Sadu knows a thing or two about that. This is Murphy again, sloppy there from Real Westport going forward. He'll have to go backward now as Sam takes his man on. Tries to just run past. Burke gets the cross in. Poon Lewis alert. Just claims it before dishing out to Gibson. Gibson rounds Goddard. Creed steps in to get it further upfield. Chance perhaps for Real Westport to push out. If they don't, they sit back. Despite tireless work there by Blake Williams, it's back with Sam now. Good touch. He'll run at his man again, Burke. Goes on the inside but can't connect with Cooper. Gibson again, and once more another Real Westport giveaway. Goddard and Felix. One back by Murphy for Real Westport. Now Antoine pushes it forward to Blake Williams. This is Josiah Joseph now. Gibson in support gets it. Antoine. Bit static from Real Westport. No movement off of the ball, so perhaps the idea that there might be some more running in this 11 not panning out the way the technical staff envisioned for Real Westport United, as Sam just easily moves around his man. The final ball, though, had too much on it for Felix. And right on cue, Jamal Burke has gone down with a bit of cramp, it seems. The defense force also take the opportunity to make a substitution, replacing Cooper, who's had a decent shift in the middle of that midfield. And in comes Rivaldo Coriat.
So defense force just looking for a little refresher of that attacking midfield position. Coriat will function just behind the two strikers both Swain and Sam. Both Swain, of course, is on a hat-trick, having firmly put Defence Force in the driver's seat with his 2 goals early on either side of the half.
It's really attractive interplay here from Real Westport to fashion some space for Murphy. His crosses asking the Defence Force to clear. They do know through Sadu. Here come Westport again. Kiel. He goes back to Thomas. Thomas now trying to pick out Josiah Joseph, but can't. The Defence Force have it back. Justin Sadu. To Lee. Sadu again to the new man on the pitch, Coriat. Good interplay with Oliveira. Coriat still has it. Thinks about a shot, instead gets it out to Sam on this near side. Sam takes his man on and will flash a ball across goal. Port Swain was arriving, so too Oliveira. None of them soon enough to get a decisive touch on this one. Sam is having a belter of a match for the Defence Force. Continues to be a nuisance on this left side.
Yeah, and Sam just showing all his tricks and flicks. Great footwork for the big guy there. You see it, gets on his bike and tries to find either goal or man at that far post.
So the Defence Force really and truly cruising at this point. Another goal certainly would knock the winds out of the sails of an already dejected looking Real Westport United. Garcia now, Justin Garcia to Sam, and Sam is the go-to man, it seems, quite obviously, for the Defence Force. Gibson is hounded out of it by Sadu and Coriat. Sadu has a crack and another good save by Poon Lewis. Didn't seem to know too much about it until it was right upon him. Manages to keep it out and keeps this deficit from growing. A reflex save, it seemed, there by Poon Lewis.
Yeah, good fight there from the 2 creative midfielders for Defence Force. Sadu's shot saved and then cleared by Poon Lewis. Did well to keep them out as Westport prepare a couple changes.
Isaiah Primus enters at the expense of Kareem Blake Williams. Josiah Joseph also calls it a night. Player coming on is Akil Thomas. Goddard is such a tidy play on the ball. Doesn't give away possession too often. Here he is again. Bustled off of it by the incoming man, Akil Thomas. But referee Derry wasn't too pleased with the way or the manner in which possession was won back.
Just as you spoke about him not losing possession, there was Thomas trying to make you eat your words. but he has been very tidy throughout this campaign. Has Goddard. He's a very small player. Almost untouchable in the center of this defense force team, the heart, so to speak, of their lineup.
It's Oliveira to Sadu, gets it back now. Oliveira, no, he doesn't. Creed steps in. He's trying to play the big ball, big outlet pass to another substitute, Primus. Here's Sam again, just advantaging Burke. Play on, says the referee, and another good ball across goal there by Sam. Inviting anyone with the...
Yeah, at some point somebody has to find themselves at that far post. There we see Sam asking, what more do you want?
He's won all of his battles this afternoon. Sam might find himself in another here against Burke. This time the pass from Swain didn't favor his strike partner and allows Burke to clear it off of Sam.
Burke probably getting his back on that occasion. The earlier session of manhandling he had to endure.
I'm not sure that will suffice, but sometimes you just have to settle for whatever you get. As we are Westford United edge forward along this near side touchline. Murphy with another throw in for them. Burke asks him to leave it, but Murphy has other ideas. Earns a corner kick out of it. Burke comes forward now. Perhaps for the nightmare of a match he's had defending Sam, he can turn provider here. It's a good flat delivery. Headed away by Sam. And now the defense force are on the charge. Oliveira, yards of space ahead of him. Coriat makes a run towards the near post. He goes inside instead to Boatswain, and I just think he was rushing himself. It could have been the hat trick. A really intelligent run by Coriat, asking the defenders to follow him to the far post, and arriving down the middle of the goal was Boatswain. Tried to side foot it in. Perhaps he could have taken a touch or two. We've seen his two-touch football is certainly up to par this evening. His one-touch football, not so much.
Yeah, almost a perfect counter-attack there. Boatswain just probably not knowing how much time he had. Did have time for a touch. Most likely trying to go for the spectacular cherry on top. What would have been his hat-trick.
.73 minutes or so played now between the Defence Force and Real Westford United. The Soldiers lead 2-0 on a double by Chamil Boatswain. Goals either side of half-time. And he's certainly in the mood for a third. I would even say he's due a third.
Thought you were going to say he was in a big mood.
Finesse. So Westford just unable to string the passes together. This is Sadu, gets it back from Goddard. Coriat now. Certainly come on to be that player, just to hold on to possession a bit. Wait for the spaces to open up, and this is Sam with a big switch over to Oliveira. Jules Lee joins the attack now. Coriat. Felix. Ahead of him is Sam opening out, giving himself some space and room to run at Burke yet again. Sadu overlaps. Sam again. Felix now. Sadu asking for it, gets it. Just loses out to Jamil Antoine there. Sadu perhaps not quite clear in his mind what he wanted to do once the ball arrived. This is Jelani Felix now. He'll advance the ball. Plays this one inside. I believe it was meant for Sam, but it runs through to both Swain before it's cleared by the Westport defense. And Goddard again. Always present, it seems. Just where they need him to be, Goddard. Sam again is asked to deliver. He does. This is another good ball, and Oliveira, after it eluded Botswain, Oliveira is there to knock it in, and he runs it over to Sam. Actually bypasses the provider to celebrate just in front of the Defence Force bench. Sam gets his acknowledgement now. He's had a brilliant game, Brent Sam. And it was he that provided the goal that makes it 3-0 in favor of the Defence Force. Real Westport United used the opportunity to make a substitution. In comes Gary Griffith III, and out goes Rondell Gibson, who's had a good game for them in the middle of the park, but certainly has run out of steam as we look at this one again from Sam.
Yeah, and we did say that somebody had to show up at that last post. It had to be Oliveira. He's been up and down that wing, and celebration says it all. One of the most popular in world football today. Certainly well worth it for Oliveira. Pull out the party favors as Defence Force really and truly take full control of this match against Real Westport.
Getting rid of the tape there is Burke. And if the Real Westport staff doesn't think so, he certainly has had enough. Nightmare of a game defending Brent Sam. And certainly feeling the effects of Sam's relentless pressure on this near side.
Yeah, it's really been an onslaught. Sam having his way with Burke, who seems to be ready to come back on, despite what may be his better instincts.
The question left to be answered is for how long? How much longer can he take what's being dished out to him? In the meantime, the Defence Force have made a substitution, and it seems as though Swain has been removed, or rather Oliveira, just as he's gotten his name onto the score sheet. He's out. In comes Dwight Quintero. Defense force still looking for more. Quintero is in attendance, so too Sam. This now is Justin Garcia. He goes down rather softly.
So I've been reliably informed that Defense Force need one more goal to see the summit of this Ascension tournament table. They were 3 behind leaders Timanex Lahokata Rangers. Will most likely be pushing to get another on the score sheet for their first taste of the lead right at the end of this first round of competition in the 2022 tournament. There we see the men on the touchline discussing the way forward for Westford. Hasn't gone to plan for them. But they'll keep plugging away. Against one of the teams of the tournament. Defense Force. Ball comes off of Coriat. It's back with Westford here.
It's into Gary Griffith III to Murphy, and he just trips over himself. Dogged work there. To get this one out to Creed. This is Gary Griffith III. Couple step overs. Still in the hunt. But he's seen off of it by Kishon Hackshaw, one of the Defense Force substitutes. Here they come again to the Defense Force. Coriat trying to spring them forward.
Goddard just winning through for Defense Force to release some pressure.
Jules Lee trying to find options. Gets this one up towards Quintero. The flick on is picked up by Hackshaw. Sam is in the hunt. This is Quintero trying to play it back towards the top of the area where Sadu was awaiting. Sadu gets it now from Felix. And it's literally keep ball now by the Defense Force. Goddard. Back to Gonzalez. Ahead of him is Hackshaw. He goes instead by drilling this one. Actually, this is Hackshaw. Takes his man on. Creed gets a good ball across. Sadu seemed to be anchored to his position. Justin Garcia now to Felix. Ahead of him is Sam. Ever willing. Good overlapping run now by Coriat. What a player he's looked to be since he's come on. Thinks twice about supplying it to Quintero, who had checked his run and just couldn't get it by Quao. And this is another giveaway. Sam. He likes it in these kinds of areas. Can he flash another pass across? He does. Quintero didn't seem to be looking for it. Sam can't be faulted. He's gone hard and low almost every time. Only one of them have been put away, the goal to make it 3-0 by Oliveira.
Yeah, the type of ball that continues to be begged to be hit. Anybody in a Defense Force shirt. It's gone for a corner on this occasion. Which Sadu will take on the far side. 4 in the box, 1 just on top the D.
Justin Garcia was rising at the near post to win the header. Before Quintero retrieves but concedes a throw-in to be taken by the man who's just entered play for Real Westport United, Hailey Farrell. Last weekend sporting an afro, today he's gotten his hair did. And is ready to influence this game as a substitute off the bench for Real Westport United. Kishon Hackshaw goes all the way back to Bigot. Well played. Garcia now to Gonzalez. Garcia gets it back. Now is Sadu back to Garcia. Looking ahead for the run of Quintero. He's onside. Poon Lewis thinks about coming. Quintero with a good take and just hesitates. He had Sam in support. He had the goal at his mercy. In the end, he chooses neither. And the defense force will await that 4th item that could see them go to the top of the standings in this Ascension tournament. Jovan.
Yeah, Quintero just didn't seem to have it totally under control on that occasion. Scorer, of course, of a brilliant goal or so about 2 weeks ago from distance. Defense force managing the ball, preparing it well.
Spoke too soon, it seems, as Koriak gives this one away. This is a good ball inward. Real Westport United just can't get a grip on it before it's cleared. And the player retrieving there offside. Isaiah Primus for Real Westport United. The defense force, meantime, prepared 2 substitutes. We'll see the introduction of Hashim Asia. He'll replace Justin Sadu. Also entering play will be Bertrand. That's Shaquille Bertrand, and he replaces Kevon Goddard.
This is another run here. Final ball. Again, not up to scratch for defense force. That time, Quintero with space and time, unable to find his strike partner on that moment. In that moment, Brent Sam.
So we're moving up to the end of this one. Real Westport United running out of steam along that far side. There is Kiel. And I was about to make the point that the ploy to use fresher, younger legs certainly hasn't worked for them today, Real Westport. And on that time, Kiel just offers an opening for that observation. He remains writhing in pain on that far side.
Westport will play on. Oblivious
Kylie
to
Farrell.
his-
That time steaming forward, but he can't get a cross in. It's one of the first actions I can recall Bigot having in this second period. As we saw Brent Sam there looking for his goal. He's worked really hard this afternoon. Perhaps even a player of the match performance. Trying to get onto the score sheets, unable that time as he straight offside.
Yeah, he's tried and tried again to break down this West Fort defense on the left side. Unable to get it on that occasion. As we come upon 3 minutes of time added on. Ball from Cornel Thomas is repelled. It's back up with Sam. Gives it to Quintero. Leaves it. It's a good save by Poon Lewis. Off Arcia. Ball looked to be creeping into that post. Terror again. Ball through. It's a great save there, Rivaldo. And again, cleared. Keyshawn Hackshaw, the player with that opportunity on that occasion. Another ball comes in. Arcia's looking for that pass. It's sent back out by the West Fort defense. Sam is offside. Poon Lewis still did his best to punch that ball out. It's had a tough evening. The West Fort keeper. May get tougher still as we enter the final minute of time added on. Ball from Gonzalez, Coriat. Just overcooked there for Felix. So Defence Force just seeing out this match. This point has to be 3 points for them. They still need one more goal to overtake leaders Locator Rangers, and it's almost there for Sam. Cleared by Cornel Thomas. This should be the last action of this match. Ooh, and it's into the side netting. Not to be for Quintero, not to be for Defence Force, but 3-0, a very comfortable victory for them against West Fort here at the Arima Velodrome. They've done their duty. Their primary responsibility was to win this match. They got started very early this afternoon into evening against Real West Fort. Still looking unsatisfied. Hashim Arcia in your picture coming off the pitch. 3-0 to Defence Force. They beat Real West Fort to keep pace with the leaders. Started well for Defence Force 1 touch, 2 touch, and goal for Jamil Boatswain. Sadu looking for the pass, but Boatswain finding the twine over Poon Lewis, an expert finish, signaling his support in the crowd. This is a great run here from that man. Wasn't able to get the final product. Darius Oliveira. It's a foul by Sadu. Brent Sam to Felix. And then Boatswain, the simple task, another 2-touch finish. Thigh. And then poking it past Poon Lewis. Gambled that right post. Only was able to concede a second. Brent Sam was pressing and pushing and prodding for his goal in this match. Couldn't find the goal. Sadu on that occasion stopped by Poon Lewis, and the danger cleared wonderfully. It's great interplay between Boatswain and Poon Lewis. And Sadu, before Poon Lewis factored in getting that ball away from his goal. Another great run by Oliveira. Looked to pick out Boatswain for the hat-trick goal. He had much more time than probably was communicated. Went for the volley. Curses stars on that occasion. Sam again against Burke. Finding Oliveira on this occasion. Looking up, getting 2 looks and giving it straight over to the other side. That right winger, Oliveira, steaming in to roof it. Make it 3-0. And then Sue, the celebration for him. Defence Force led 3-0 on at that point. Sam again, one of those half shot, half passes to the far post. Quintero leaving it for Arcia. Good save down low by Poon Lewis. Nothing more for Defence Force as they went 3-0 winners in this match. Standing by pitch side for the interviews, we have Jassi Marik.
So the Defence Force coming away winners over Real Westfort United. We're here with Real Westfort assistant coach Gordon Pear. Gordon, a really obvious and deliberate ploy to try to match the Defence Force for fitness for as long as possible. It worked in the first half, holding them to a 1-0 scoreline at halftime. Where did things sort of unravel for your team tonight?
Well, I want to commend my boys. They did some defensive work. You would have seen that they held their structure for longer than they have been doing for a number of games. What happened? We just were beaten in terms of quality and in terms of fitness. The youngsters are, as we said, we were going with our young team to match up for legs, and that we did for a portion of the game. After that, it began to unravel, and of course, easy goals. You know, soft goals always, you can't coach against soft goals. So the 3 goals, Defence Force, hats off to them, but we definitely going to be going back to the drawing board, and I think in the second round, we're going to see a fresh team as we refresh our team and look to come stronger and bigger and better in this Ascension tournament.
This Defence Force team would have been eyeing a certain scoreline tonight to challenge Lockita Rangers at the very top of the standings. Was it expected that they would come all guns blazing in the second half?
Yeah, definitely we expected them to come all guns blazes, but we are not afraid. Our name signifies real Westfort, you know, west of the fort. You know, long in the olden days, the fort symbolized a place of security, a place where if you had to take the city, you had to first get the fort. So the first round didn't go as planned. Of course, we are a new team on the block, and we're definitely going to get it right as we go forward. We have a very experienced coach in the Professor Ron Laffer, and I think together with him and the coaching staff, we're going to get it right and look for us coming in the second rounds and making waves.
Let me just look at the first round in its entirety. Not too bad a start by Real Westfort as a new team in to football, the football landscape of Trinidad and Tobago overall. Fading towards the end, how do you plan to shore things up or fortify things, if I may use your description, in the second round?
Yeah, definitely. I think you'll see by the display here today in the first half that we're doing a number of things differently. We are definitely looking towards youth. You know, of course, we had the experience of Karen Ball-Pest Cummins. He's on the wrong side of 30. We also had Cordell Samuel, closer to 40 than 30. We also had Sean De Silva, who's going to be coming back. So, and of course, Joshima Belgrave. So it was a number of old legs which I've experienced to be able to match the big boys, the Bamba with the big boys, but it didn't work out. You know, in this league and in sport, it's about youth. So we decided to make that conscious decision that we're going to go young, we're going to refresh our team, we're going to get our fresh vibes in the team as we look to challenge the big boys. We'll be back. Real Westford.
Unfortunately, on the losing side this evening, Real Westford. We look forward to seeing you guys again in the second round in a couple of weeks.
You'll definitely see us.
A promise for more and better from the Real Westford team going into the second round of competition in this Ascension tournament. It's been a tough evening for them. They did look much more energetic, just unable to patch together the type of result that they would have wanted, losing 3-0 to Defence Force. Now we'll look forward to hearing from the Defence Force team as they get ready on the sidelines to come to us. Let's go back to Jassy Marique.
Hudson Barber-Charles, the assistant coach of the Defence Force unit. 3-0 winners over Real Westford United tonight. Of course, you came into this match knowing that a win by a certain scoreline would place you at the very top of the Ascension tournament. Compare the two halves rather for us tonight.
All right, I think first half I thought my team was a little flat. I think we played with a low intensity, allowing Westford to really be in it first half. Not taking away nothing from them. I thought they played a beautiful game. I think they looked like they tried to hustle for the ball, which without doing a marvelous job in the first half. Right, and second half, and after we spoke to them, we tell them that they need to lift the intensity. We need to play a little faster. All right, and I think they went out there and get the job done.
3-0 in the end, just shy of that fourth goal. A little bit of desperation creeping in the end.
I thought we lack a little composure coming down to the end there, because we had the opportunities, but a little more composure. As I say, the guys, they looked like they was a little excited, but we will settle for the 3 points.
Still on par with the leaders, Lohakita Rangers, moving into the second round. Summarize the first round and I guess give us a look ahead as what we can expect of the Defence Force in the second round.
I think when we started off, we started off lay slow due to the fact that, our preparation time was lay limited in the first rounds. I think as the game goes on, we start to build, and if you really check it, every time that we played, we started to get a couple goals, because I think in the last few couple games, the goals, like it was hard to come by. But now that we started to put the ball in the goal on a regular basis, I think it did us well for the first rounds, because you watch the results. We on same points with Rangers, right? But as I say, the goal difference, which is minimal. Second rounds, we trying to make that possible in terms of going forward and retaining our title. As I told the guys on them, for us to retain our title, we have to win every game, and that comes second rounds. That's exactly what we're going to do.
All right, thank you very much, Hudson Charles, defending champions of this Ascension tournament and one of only 2 unbeaten teams remaining after the first round in this year's competition. Stick around, we'll come back with more pitchside interviews after this.
Thank you.
So, Assistant Coach Charles speaking about settling for 3 points, such is the ambition of this Defence Force team. Of course, the reigning Ascension League champions. One of the men responsible for that win tonight, Jamil Boatswain, is standing by on the sidelines. He's had a wonderful game, scored 2 very well taken goals. First, a volley after the chest control, the second showing all the fundamentals, taking off the tie and poking in his second. Big part of this 3-0 victory. Our player of the game, Jamil Boatswain.
Jamil Botswain, our player of the match, one shy of a hat-trick today. The defence force also one shy of the goal difference needed to overtake Lahokita Rangers. Talk us through your performance tonight.
Well, I'd like to thank my teammates for the support, right? They helped me throughout scoring the goals and everything. And I mean, there's the first round, so second rounds, you take it stride by stride and look to take it from there.
As mentioned, you know, you were one shy of a hat-trick. Are you disappointed not to come away with the match ball tonight?
Well, I will consider it, yes, but you know, at least once the team get the 3 points, that is most important. But I guess next game I'll be striving and working hard for the hat-trick once it comes.
And just like that, you're also right up there among the top scorers in this competition. You know, we know you had a stint in the national team. Is that on your radar through this tournament?
Well, yeah, well, I've been working hard. In out of season, in season, so I guess that, you know, I'm working hard at putting in the work, so it's only I look forward to do and to work and play for the national team once the opportunity arises.
Certainly, we look forward to seeing you on the national team and your continued excellence in this Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. Player of the match tonight, the Jamil Botswain, with a double either side of halftime. First round in this competition, and of course it will be our pleasure to bring you all of the action from 5 p.m. tomorrow at the St. James Barracks. For now though, Jassy Marique, on behalf of Jovan Ravello and the entire team, saying good night.